Hello, welcome to our channel. Listen closely. This is a story about a young man whose anger could ruin everything he loved. But what he learns will change his life forever. And it might just teach you the most important lesson about controlling. Get ready to enjoy a really interesting story.
In a quiet town, surrounded by golden fields, lived a young man named Rahan. People admired him for his intelligence and hard work, but they also feared his temper. Rahan had a heart full of emotions, strong emotions, but he never learned how to control them. If someone said something wrong, he would snap. If plans didn't go his way, he would throw things in frustration. Even small mistakes made him furious. His mother, a gentlewoman who had raised him alone, often told him, "Rahan, the world is not your enemy, your anger is." But Rahan never understood her. In his mind, expressing emotions loudly was a sign of strength. He believed reacting quickly made him bold. What he didn't realize was that every reaction was costing him something: a friendship, a chance, an opportunity. One day, Rahan got a job at a mechanical workshop. His mother was relieved, hoping this would bring stability to their lives. On the first morning, she said, "Control your emotions today, Rahan. Good opportunities are rare." Rahan smiled and brushed it off. At the workshop, he was assigned simple tasks. Everything went fine, until lunchtime, when an elderly coworker accidentally spilled oil on Rahan's shirt. It was a small mistake. Anyone could see the old man had weak hands, but Rahan's anger exploded instantly. "Are you blind? Watch what you're doing." The workshop fell silent. The old man apologized softly, but the damage was done. Later that evening, the workshop owner called Rahan into his office. He said, "You have talent, but talent means nothing without self-control. We cannot keep someone who creates fear instead of respect." And with that, Rahan lost his job on the very first day. Walking home, frustration burned inside him. He told himself, "People just don't understand me." But deep down, he felt embarrassed. His mother listened silently when he explained what happened. Then she said, "Rahan, you lost your job not because of others, but because you couldn't control yourself." Her words hurt, but he didn't respond. He simply went to his room and slammed the door. Days turned into weeks, and Rahan kept looking for work. But no matter where he went, his emotions followed him. If someone corrected him, he felt insulted. If someone disagreed with him, he argued. If something stressful happened, he shouted. Slowly, people started avoiding him. One evening, after being rejected from another job interview, Rahan returned home exhausted. His mother was sitting on the floor, coughing, her face pale. She looked weak, far weaker than he had ever seen her. Fear pricked his heart. "Ami, are you okay?" he asked. She smiled faintly. "I'm fine, Rahan, just tired." But Rahan knew she wasn't fine. That night, he sat alone and thought about everything. His mother was getting older. He couldn't even keep a job long enough to support her. Tears welled in his eyes. For the first time, he realized his biggest enemy wasn't the world. It was his own uncontrolled emotions. He approached his mother and said, "Ami, I want to change. I really do, but I don't know how." His mother gently placed her hand on his head. "Then go visit the wise teacher who lives by the river. He helps those who want to help themselves." The next morning, Rahan went to meet the teacher, an old man known as Ustad Karim. The teacher listened quietly as Rahan explained his struggles, his anger, his failures. When Rahan finished speaking, Ustad Karim said, "Son, emotions are like fire. If you control them, they will warm your life. If you don't, they will burn it down." Rahan lowered his head. I know, but I don't know how to stop reacting. The teacher smiled gently. Then let me show you. He handed Rahan a glass jar. Every time you feel angry today, fill this jar with water. Rahan thought it would be easy, but by noon, the jar was half full. By evening, completely full. He stared at it, shocked. Is this really how often I get angry? He whispered. Ustad Karim nodded. Your emotions don't arise once in a while. They live with you all the time. The next day, the teacher took Rahan for a long walk through silent fields. Today, he said, you will not speak, just observe your thoughts. Rahan didn't understand the purpose, but he obeyed. At first, the silence felt strange, but soon his mind became noisier than ever before. Thoughts rushed in. Memories of arguments, feelings of jealousy, moments of regret. Everything came flooding in. For the first time, Rahan saw how restless his mind truly was. By the time they reached home, Rahan whispered, "My mind feels like a storm." The teacher replied, "You cannot control emotions you don't even notice. Awareness is the first step." The next morning, Ustad Karim handed Rahan 2 cups, one filled with sweet water, the other with bitter water. He said, "Offer the sweet water to someone you love, and the bitter water to someone who has hurt you." Rahan froze. "How can I give bitterness to someone?" The teacher looked at him kindly. "Yet that's what you have been doing. Every time you react with anger or harshness, you offer bitterness. Today, I want you to understand what you have been giving." Rahan's eyes filled with tears. He realized how many times he had hurt people who never deserved it. He returned to the teacher with a heavy heart. "I understand now. I've been spreading bitterness everywhere." The teacher placed a hand on his shoulder. "Now you're ready to learn the truth." He spoke softly. "Rahan, listen carefully. You cannot stop emotions. They are a natural part of life. But you can control how you respond. Between your emotion and your reaction, there is a small pause. That pause is your power. If you learn to use that moment to breathe, to observe, to think, you will act out of clarity, not chaos." Rahan repeated the word silently. Pause, breathe, observe, respond. Strength, the teacher continued, is not in shouting or reacting. Strength is in staying calm when your mind urges you to explode. For the first time in his life, Rahan felt peace. He returned home and hugged his mother. "I'm sorry, Ami, for everything I've done." She smiled through her tears. "I always knew you would understand." A few days later, Rahan gathered his courage and went back to the workshop where he had first worked. The owner looked surprised to see him. Rahan said softly, "Sir, I behaved badly. I reacted without thinking. If you give me one more chance, I will not disappoint you." The owner saw sincerity in his eyes and agreed. This time, Rahan controlled himself. When someone made a mistake, he stayed calm. When customers raised their voices, he spoke politely. When work became stressful, he took a breath before reacting. Slowly, everyone began to notice the change. Customers liked him, co-workers respected him. The owner started trusting him. Within a year, Rahan became one of the most dependable workers in the entire workshop. His mother's health improved, their home became peaceful, and Rahan finally understood what true strength looked like. Emotions are not the enemy. Lack of control is. You will feel anger, jealousy, sadness, frustration. That is natural. But the one who pauses before reacting, the one who observes instead of exploding, the one who chooses clarity over chaos, is the one who wins the real battle.
Master your emotions, and your life will transform.